Hey everybody, it is Mike and Denise, 56 years young. We're here at Lake Sumter Landing, Market Square, the British Motoring Club. We're going to take you for a walkthrough like we do a lot. So let's start over here. And I see a lot of small cars. I was thinking maybe we'd see some Jaguars, but let's see, Triumph MG TR6. This is a Triumph, yeah. So these are small. You know, pretty straightforward front engine, rear drive cars, stick shift. Look at all that wood. There's real wood in there. And I think I've mainly seen these in convertibles. This is a hardtop, or maybe this is a removable hardtop. I think it is. This one doesn't have any badging on it, so I'm not sure what it is. Maybe this is one of the older ones. But this is a Triumph here, TR6. That's what I'm used to seeing, TR6. Are you familiar with these cars, Denise?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, all you gotta know about British cars is don't think the electronics are gonna be all that great. British electronics is a thing, but these are really straightforward, fun to drive, convertibles, lightweight. It's a 1975. There's a little placard there, 1975.
I thought maybe I could find that car that was featured in Top Gun that was driven by that Kelly McGillis, but she was actually in a Jaguar.
Well, Jaguars are British. Okay, so here's a Triumph. Maybe we'll see some Jaguars here.
No,
Another
but-
Triumph. This looks older.
Jaguar is German.
Jaguar is German?
Yeah. It looks British, though. It's actually
Oh.
German. It's made
Oh.
by Porsche.
Well, I
This
didn't
one.
even know that.
It wasn't a Jaguar, sorry. It was a Porsche 356.
Oh, that's why.
Speedster.
Yeah. Okay, that's why. Yeah. Okay, we're on
Porsche.
British, so let's save that for another video. And they got the driving gloves. Yeah, because Jaguar, as far as I know, is British, and maybe we'll see some here because this looks
Yeah.
kind of like Jaguar with the wire wheels. And look at the doors that drop down too. They're like barely
Oh,
doors in
cute.
there.
They look like carnival ride doors. Triumph.
There's the engine. It's like I think they're 4 cylinders. Most all of them
He
are.
wants the pictures of original cars, not this stuff here.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. That's the way they look up from the factory.
That's it.
From the factory.
And look at these handles and the doors here. You see that? Pretty cool. And I'm guessing this is the emergency brake on the passenger side there. Pretty cool. You see the emergency brake? It's in the
On
passenger,
the passenger
footwell
side.
there.
Oh my.
It's different. Okay, so here's another Triumph. They're saying this was modified. I don't know. But this one, this one is in much better condition. Whether it's all original, I don't know. But these are all stick shifts, all front engine, rear drive stick shifts. I guess these are real wire wheels. Like I remember in the 80s they had covers, wire wheel covers. But these, I could see the drum brakes right behind them.
They
So I
look
think these
like-
are real wire wheels.
They look like bicycle spokes.
Yeah, well they're real. They're not the hubcap covers. This is a TR3. Wow, look how clean this is. Amazing.
It's shiny.
But small 4 cylinders, stick shifts, front engine, rear drive.
I like the little battery compartment.
And
It's
see
like
how they
on a
have
shelf.
the battery compartment? See how they have the engine is kind of behind the front wheels. So you get a really good weight balance because the driver's way back. The driver's right in front of the rear wheels. So all the weight is in between the wheels, the driver and the engine. So you get really good weight balance or good handling.
That's fine.
But actually, I'm not sure if any of these have independent rear suspensions. I'm guessing they have independent front suspensions.
It's another Triumph.
Well, yeah.
So some of these are clamshell hoods like this. Some of them are front opening. It looks like the older ones are front opening, and then they went to clamshell. There's another TR6 supercharger. Do it yourself. I guess they added a supercharger on this one. Yeah, I guess they did. Supercharger is driven by a belt on the engine right there to ram air into the combustion chambers. They tend to last longer than turbochargers. This one also, the wire wheels, everything's a stick shift. If I see an automatic here, I don't know. I guess they probably didn't make one, thankfully, because it doesn't not the same driving experience. Look at this. Again, watch the engine. The engine's behind the front wheels. The driver's right in front of the rear wheels.
Why are there 7 spark plugs?
The center one is the actual ignition,
Oh,
and then there's 6. So this is a straight 6.
yeah.
So
it's a
okay, so maybe
6-cylinder.
they're. Well, somebody out here is watching. Let us know. Are they all straight 6s? Was it some 4s, some 6s? Straight 6 is actually better than a V6, if you ask me. And they're starting to come back. Is this a supercharged on this one? I don't even know. Maybe that's just the air intake.
This has the same engine in
Okay,
line
so
6.
now, all right. So I'm guessing TR6 is for the straight 6. Now we got it. You're probably laughing. Whoever's watching this is laughing at us now. So it's going to be. So I'm guessing TR6. Well, see, there's a TR3 back there, but I guess when they went to TR6, they got the straight 6. But let us know if there are smaller engines, depending upon the model. Let us know if there's any automatics, if anybody knows, because these are all just stick shifts.
I see the alternator.
Yeah, alternator. And yeah, 6, like Denise pointed out, 6 spark plugs with number 7 in the middle. It's not a spark plug. That's where the spark's actually coming from, the source. Yeah, and they all have drum brakes on it. These are all older cars.
I like the red leather.
The red leather.
Yeah, it goes well with the black car.
Yeah, and again, it's got that, looks like emergency brake on the passenger side with the stick shift. And let's see what this one is. Does this got a number on it? This is antique. Doesn't have a number on it. But let us know. Okay, so now we figured out just by watching and looking at these cars, so it's a good exercise in learning. TR6 is a straight 6, but TR3, I don't know. Let us know if you know what that is. What kind of engine's in there? All right, so I think we may be done for the Triumphs. Let's go look at the Jaguars are next, Denise.
Okay.
All right, Jaguars are next. We got 3 convertibles. I wonder if these are the V12s, because this one was famous for the
Wow.
V12 engine.
Oh, wow.
I think that's what this is. Yeah, V12 is a big engine.
That's a lot of cylinders.
Where's the spark plugs? You see them? There's probably got to be 12 of them, right?
Yeah.
The clamshell hood. They always had a lot of power, but again, British. This thing was not known for being reliable, from what I understand, talking to people who have driven them and owned them. But still, like nothing else. And this is an automatic. Okay, this one's definitely an automatic.
This one has a sticker with 71,000.
Yeah, that's the V12. There it is.
My mom had a Jaguar.
The V12? This was
not
the
a
most
V12.
famous one, I'd say, that I remember, is the V12. So this is a newer one. You said 70,000 on this one?
Yes.
Well, that's when it was new.
That's
But this
cool.
is, at one point I know Ford bought Jaguar. I don't know if it was during this time.
I don't know.
So this is a V8,
Yeah.
4.0. This I'm not sure who sourced this one, because it may have been during a time when Ford owned them. So here's an X case K8. So I'm guessing it's also a V8. It says right on the front 4.2 liter. So but you can see that definitely changed. They got more rounder. But that, like I said, that V12, look how much lower that one sits too. And how crammed that hood is with that V12 engine. These other ones are V8s. But if you know when Ford bought Jaguar and when they changed over, let us know. Now this is Land Rover. Yeah, they built mainly off-road stuff from England. This is the big one. Defender.
2024.
Wait a minute. This big thing only has a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo.
Wow. Yeah.
Surprises me. But I guess that's what people are doing nowadays. This is a newer one,
296
2024.
horsepower.
They're going to the smaller engines, turbocharged. And also what's interesting with these vehicles is they're going back to the white steel wheel look from like the 1970s, I guess, right?
Yeah.
White steelies,
I don't like
that's what they
it.
call them. That's like a retro, more of a retro look, but a lot of manufacturers are doing that. So this is another
Yeah.
Range Rover, smaller one.
I
haven't
like the
seen this one before.
steel wheels.
This is 2019.
Mm.
Yeah,
One of my coworkers had one of these.
all right, so now what do we have here? Is this a Lotus? Lotus is a British company. Yeah, these are Lotus.
It's a McLaren.
Oh, no, this is McLaren.
It says
Okay,
McLaren.
McLaren. Is it McLaren? McLaren. This is the Artura. The only one McLarens I've seen that I know of have the numbers. I don't know what number this is equivalent to, but it's a mid-engine car. So the engine's behind here. We don't see the engine though. On some of the newer ones, like we saw at the Corvette show, we got a video about that, right? You see the engine,
Yeah.
but here they got the wing doors. I don't know what they're called here. What type of wings these are? Scissors? Are they scissors doors? Maybe they are.
I don't know.
But you're way down low. You're practically
Yeah.
sitting on the road here.
Yeah.
You know, they're that low. And then here's the air intake for the engine right here.
Oh, neat.
Another one right here, because the engine's behind you. And so you have a front up in the front.
I like the speckled paint.
One just like this yellow one at the boat show, 'cause that car.
Sparkly.
Now, what kind of transmission do they have? This is a newer one, so they're all automatics. Like they may be paddle shifters. I'm not sure. I think they do have paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. Yeah, they do. If you look behind the steering wheel, see that? That's a paddle shifter. So you can go up and down. Everything's electronic. It's kind of like an automatic that you can shift yourself, basically. Now here's the engine.
Oh, Lotus.
Here's the V6. Yeah, the Lotus.
Oh, cool. These sound so cool.
Well, Lotus, originally the Tesla Roadster, the first Roadster was built on the Lotus Esprit chassis. And that's the chassis right there. That chassis right there was the original Tesla Roadster. We'll get to that in a minute. But this one's bigger. It's got a V6. Looks like an automatic. Looks like paddle shifters. Yeah, these have like silver paddle shifters. You see those? Wait, where are they?
This one has
There they are.
Goodyear tires, but that one over there has Pirellis. And these are
tires?
Yokohamas.
Yeah, well, this is a small car, the Esprit here. We'll get to that one in a minute. And notice too, I didn't show on the other car, they're all cross-drilled rotors for cooling. There's holes drilled in them. But it also kind of eats the pads up, kind of like a cheese grater.
Yeah, don't they snag?
But you want to stop. You want to go.
Yeah.
You're going to go fast, and you want to stop fast.
Yeah.
So this is a 2025 Lotus Emira V6 3.5 supercharged 400 horsepower. All right, now this one is the Esprit, right? Yeah, I believe so.
It says Lotus.
Elise. Okay, it's called the Elise. It looks like the Esprit. If anyone knows the difference between Esprit and Elise, I thought that the Tesla was based on the Esprit, but maybe it's on the Elise. This looks very similar to the Tesla Roadster original, and they just used it for the chassis because it's mid-engine, put all the batteries back in here and electric motor. But here looks like a 4-cylinder turbo. That's what's here. Maximum allowable mass in luggage compartment. See that? 50 kilograms. That's it. This is not designed for hauling stuff. For cargo. But this is only a 4-cylinder, but it's so small and light it doesn't matter. And it's got a stick shift,
It's cute.
of course. It's like a regular old stick shift. Mid-engines. This is more like 2005. This is more like a Toyota MR2 type of thing, but it's faster.
A 2-seater.
Yeah, because I think it's got more horsepower, basically. But anybody else who knows more about it, let me know. But it seems very similar to like the old Toyota MR2s which they don't make anymore. They're only convertible now. All right, over here, what do we have? Some more mid-engine cars. More Lotus, another Lotus car. This Lotus, yeah, we're going to the newer ones. They're all automatic with the paddle shifters. See the paddle shifter right back in there? I guess that's how you tell it's new. I grew up when you could learn stick shift, and it was much more fun. I thought it was a much more direct connection to the car, and you can control it way better. Of course, it required a lot more work, but it's a lot more fun. There's the engine. This is tons of covers on it. You can barely see that, but I wonder if you can see in the back. This is also mid-engine. You can't really see it that much. There is a window there, but I can't really see it.
This blue is really pretty. Sparkly
Lots of
and
metallic.
blue. Yeah, it's a navy
Metallic
blue.
bits in there. All right, now this one is Evora GT. But look, as you get newer too and faster, look at the brakes. The cross-drilled rotors. We hadn't even seen those in the Mustangs we were looking, but we saw like the 4-piston or 6-piston. Maybe Brembo. I don't know. Maybe these are.
It doesn't say
says-
Brembo.
It says some other name on there. But on this car, they have the Lotus name on it. But like Tesla takes Brembos and puts their name on it, their logo on it too. But this has you can see the cylinder. Do you see? There's one cylinder right here, and there's one cylinder right here, and there's on the other side too. That's how you can tell it's a 4-cylinder caliber or 4-piston caliber. Well, I shouldn't be saying cylinder. That's in the engine. On the brakes, it's pistons. So you got at least 4 pistons on this one. Some of them have 6, depending upon how high performance and expensive they want it to go on the brakes. This one has a regular stick shift, it looks like. Regular stick shift, lots of high performance brakes. Which model is this one? It's a single exit exhaust out the back. All right, now we got Aston Martin over here, Denise. Now we're getting into Austin Powers maybe, and James Bond. Got the Aston Martin here, and this has paddle shifters. See the paddle shifters on the back there? So it's newer like that, convertible. Front engine, looks like front engine rear drive. So this is not a mid-engine car. What do you think of the orange color? It's like a metallic orange.
I don't like orange,
You don't like it?
but I like how it's got gold metal flakes inside. It's a neat combination.
Where's that?
When it shines, you see gold, not
Oh.
orange.
I see. You mean flakes, kind of gold flakes
the
in
metal
the paint.
flakes are gold, yeah, instead of
Interesting.
orange.
Yeah, can you see that when looking at the video? I don't know. Let us know. And this one's like, this has got lots of metallic in it too, but it's a silver. Also automatic, newer front engine, rear drive. I guess all the Aston Martins are front engine, rear drive. They never made a mid-engine sports car, and their hoods are real long. See, that's how you can tell right away. See how the mid-engine cars back there, real short hoods, where they had the frunks, and then you got the front engine, rear drives has lots of long hood. Like these are more like grand touring cars. That's like a Mustang. A Mustang is like a U.S. grand touring car, basically. It's not designed for ultimate performance. I mean, it's a really higher end car, but it's not really a sports car, if you ask me. It's more like a grand tour. And if you're out there and you understand all this, you know more than me, let me know. Because we're just learning as we go. Paddle shifters on this one. And other analog gauges, too. Now, I think I'm guessing these all have V8s in them, these Aston Martins.
I don't
They're at
know.
least V6s because they have dual exhaust. Usually that means it's a V engine configuration. Now here we go. What is this? Austin Healey. All right, now look how this convertible is covered up. You can cover the whole thing up except for the driver. I don't know if you can drive in the rain like this or what, or you can button it up when you've arrived somewhere, right? You ever seen one like this?
No.
It's got real wire wheels like we saw earlier on some of those Triumphs. You can see the drum brakes in the back. Uh-oh, it's time for the music to come on. And it's got a stick shift, regular old stick shift, front engine, rear drive. Austin Healey. What do you think? What about these side mirrors way up front? See how they're
They
little
look
mirrors
functional.
right up front?
To keep everyone safe. First,
Aston Martin does have a new 4.0 liter twin turbo V8. Most of
Okay.
the current models
That's
are
those
V8.
three that we saw over there
Yeah.
were the Austin Martins. And then this is Austin Healey. This is older.
The engines are supplied by Mercedes for the Aston Martins.
Here's one with the hood up. You can see it looks like a straight 6. You see all the spark plugs?
Yeah.
There they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Straight 6. Austin Healey's. So at least that's what it looks like. More like a TR, the Triumph TR6. But look at the stick shift. Look how different that stick shift lever looks over there. You see that?
that? That looks hard to use. I like the fire extinguisher.
And what do you think about all the wheels? Steering wheels are real thin, wood,
They
super
look
thin.
Antique. Hello.
260,000 miles on it.
260,000. Are you the original owner?
No, I've had it for 38 years.
38 years. Okay, very nice.
Where do you drive it?
Anywhere I want to.
Just all over
It's
the
reliable?
place. Cool.
Usually.
Yeah. Tell us about the car.
It's a 62, the only year they made the tricarb. After this, they went to the convertibles with 2 carburetors and tried to make them more reasonable to drive, more comfortable.
Right.
But,
Yeah, looks like a fun car to drive.
it is a fun car to drive. My wife drives it just as much as I do now.
So how many years altogether you've been driving it?
Been driving or
This car?
38 years.
38 years. Okay.
I think
Okay,
it was
very
1 year I didn't drive it.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Thank you for the stories. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Got even a luggage rack on the back.
Yeah, cute. Very
And the
cute.
fuel door is right there for the fuel tank. What's that?
Got a back seat.
Oh, it's got a back seat. So under the cover? Back seat under the cover?
Yeah.
Okay, very nice.
I can throw up a jump now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Thanks.
All right, so here's a green one. And yeah, it does have a back seat. You can see the back seat he was talking about. There's the back seat.
Yeah, it's a back seat.
Stick shift, straight 6.
Awfully small back seat.
Wire wheels, but
my
like
gosh.
I said, there's all these. They got the well, this has discs in the front. Okay, this has disc brakes, drums in the back.
Yeah.
So they're not super performance, but back in the day, drum brakes were acceptable. They wouldn't be on a performance car today. Here's the trunk on this one. Back seat.
Who has legs that short to fit in there?
It's for kids and packages. It's a package
Yeah,
shelf,
yeah.
basically. And I think you get lower insurance if you don't have just 2 seats.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just, statistically, you're
yeah.
going to be a safer driver.
Yeah.
Here's the Austin Healey. Here's a look in the engine. Straight 6. Owned this car for 57 years. Wow. All right, now we're back into some more Triumphs. Now we're back in the 80s. The Triumph, they look more 80s. You see here?
Yeah.
This is the ones we saw first. This is the look that they had in the 80s. And everything looks more modern. This is Triumph TR8. This has a V8 engine in it.
Oh,
3.5 liter. It's very small displacement. 3.5 liter V8, super small V8 in there.
oh, cute.
Looks like no back seat. It's got the stick shift. So I didn't even know they had V8s, little tiny V8s in these. That would be why they're fast. Yeah, there you go, TR8. That's how you tell the number, right? The number of cylinders. We're learning. Look, they got lots of fire extinguishers in these cars, I see. I guess they drive them spiritedly. Okay, now up to the more modern Lotus. Mid-engine, V6. It's got a trunk, but not much. You can see the engine. You can see the driver stuff up there. You can see into the engine. Air intake for the mid-engine design. The brakes we talked about. These are 4-piston calipers on the rear. You can see there's 2 here, 2 on the other side. Cross-drilled rotors. It's all about performance here. And look, actual real stick shift too. A real stick shift on a newer car. I don't know it's got all digital gauges, but are actual real stick shift. I wonder how many cars are actually still like that. This may be one of the very few, I'd say. And the brakes are always bigger in the front on this. And the year is 2025. This is a 2025 with an
yeah.
actual stick shift on it.
Yeah, I really like it.
This car is $113,000. There you go.
Oh, that's all.
2025. That is, I bet you this may be one of the only cars stick shifts. Let us know in the comments. What do you think of this hood in the front? How they have these intakes
Yeah.
on either side?
That's cool.
I don't know. What do you think about that from a styling perspective?
It's beautiful.
See. Interesting. Okay, now whoa,
is
this
a
guy got
Mini.
small.
It's
Yeah,
a
this is a
Mini.
real Mini. Yeah,
That-
look at
this-
those tires.
they
What
look like
diameter are these tires?
Wheelbarrow tires.
Where's the numbers? It's
12.
10, R10.
10.
Those are 10-inch rims. That is small. Yeah, that's like Denise said, wheelbarrow or golf cart.
Golf
This
cart
is-
tires.
This is actually going to be considered a car, not a golf cart, but you could drive this probably. This probably isn't any, well, maybe it is a little wider than some golf carts. Austin Cooper S.
They're playing the Cure. We hardly ever hear the Cure here.
Yeah, so Austin Cooper, well, they can't hear it on the video.
No.
Austin Cooper, this is how Mini Cooper started, Austin.
Yeah.
Because Austin Healey, there's Austin Healey over there. If anybody knows how all these names go together, if it's the same company, let us know. Look at the little fuel tank here. Look at the little fuel tank. All right, let's hop over here. We still got 2 more rows to go to. We are really dragging this one out. Look at the stick shift in there. Look at the inside of this car. Interesting. Very bare bones, but it works. But it's lightweight. It's probably still quick for what it is. Austin Cooper S. All right, we got to go over here. There's the Trans Am from Smokey and the Bandit. We've seen this one here before. It's out here a lot, but it's not part of this car show. But we're just going to show you because we got to walk by. Looks familiar, huh? All right, so here we are, part of the show. We got Austin Mini Moki. I don't know what that is. 1 liter, 4-speed, or it's 998 cc's. Is that 1 liter? I think it is. Yeah. Cubic centimeters. It's like a motorcycle engine.
John Cooper started a racing career and created the Mini, and together with someone else, he created the Mini Cooper, a faster, sportier
So that's
version
British. We
of
might see
Austin
some here.
Cooper.
Let's see. We'll see if we see some. All right, what is this? Sunbeam. What is this? I've never even seen this car before. Sunbeam. Alpine. It was in 007's 1961 Sunbeam Alpine Series 2. I didn't know that. Dr. No, huh? The Sunbeam.
Cool.
It doesn't seem like that amazing of a car, but I guess it was.
It's cute.
For the day. All right, what do we got here? We got there's a V8 engine here. This is a Jaguar Caprice. This is a Caprice. Holden Caprice. So this is British? So why would it be British? I don't even know. Now here's a Mini. Here's a Mini Cooper.
There are about 60 car manufacturers with British emblems on them.
Oh, that's why. Here's a Mini Cooper 1000. It's driving on the wrong side of the road like they normally do over there. It's like you're right here, behind the wheel. It's so small. It's just like a golf cart.
Oh yeah, it's little. This says Morgan.
What is this one?
It says Morgan.
Morgan?
A Morgan.
It's got, look at the long hood, the super
Yeah.
long hood. You're barely in front of the rear tires here. So the engine, also, they do that for weight balance. That's why they came up, eventually they perfected the mid-engine car where the engine's behind the driver's seats, and you had a little bit better efficiency than this, because this is a long car and you only get that little passenger compartment. Hutton Bay.
It has a belt around the engine.
Yeah, I see that. A strap. Alright, a real stick shift. Alright, now we set some. Are these Jaguars? This is a Jaguar F-Type. This is when Ford took over. Ford took over, they were building stuff like this. See, this looks more like just could be built by anybody. It doesn't seem as Jaguar as the older ones. It's kind of like those Land Rovers that we saw, those SUVs. Looks like it could have been built by anybody. As time goes on, all the cars look kind of the same. Here's another Jaguar F-Type. It's got the single exhaust at the back. Automatic paddle shifters. We're used to seeing that in the more modern cars, right? The paddle shifters. All right, here's an old E-Type. But this is the classic Jaguar.
Yeah.
It looks a lot different. The other ones look kind of corporate and like it could have been built by anybody, right?
Yeah.
Because that's when Ford took over, I believe, in those. Even though the brakes are nice, looks like it's got some good brakes on it. It still could have been built by anybody. It lost its touch, I think. That's what happens when the large corporations take over. But look at this. Look at those switches on the dash there. It's regular old switches.
Just like in an airplane.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then the engine, look at this engine. This is like a straight six also.
Yeah.
Again, straight sixes are more popular. They're longer though. See, they make a longer hood. They don't package as well. But in my opinion, I think they're a better engine than the V6. The V6s they package better and make the companies more money. I think the straight sixes are even smoother running too. All right, here's an MG. Look at these. Nice. Look at all the chrome on this thing. 1948 MG YT. These are older, 1948s, MGs. All stick shift there. Spare tire on the back. See a lot of these with the spare tire on the back.
MG
Another one,
is
spare tire.
Morris Garages. I didn't even know
Morris
that.
Garages, that's who built them?
That's MG.
But like a lot of these have the spare tires right on the back on this car, a convertible car. You wouldn't see that being built nowadays like that. A lot of cars don't even have spare tires like mine.
Yeah, they have run flats.
Electric cars. Their space is at such a premium. Here's the emergency brake, the stick shift. That's a low mounted stick shift down there.
Nobody lives in Rochester, but that's
Look at the way this engine cover, the flap comes up here.
Yeah, that's
You can
cool.
see in the engine there.
gotta get that.
Paul Revere was a snitch. So, this is a four-cylinder.
Yes.
This one, not a straight six.
4 cylinders.
Are all the MGs straight inline fours? All the MGs?
Until the very end, they made some straight sixes and some V8s late in the 1970s.
Okay. But
Up
mostly
till that
all.
time, they were all 4 cylinders. The
Okay.
real early ones, pre-World War II, they had some 6-cylinder overhead cam engine, but most of all MGs were 4 cylinders, straight 4. Yep.
Very nice. And all manual transmissions as well?
Yes, manual.
All manuals?
At the very end of production in the 70s, there were some MGs with automatics. At the very end of production,
Okay.
very few.
Yep. And spare tires on the back of all of them?
Not all of them. The MGBs, you'll see they're in the boot. We call it in the boot.
Yeah.
In the back.
Yeah, I saw them down there. That's right. So not all of
But
them.
the B's car, they're on the back. See, like that MGA is in the boot.
Yeah, okay, I see. Yep. Very nice. Nice, clean car. Very nice.
Thank you.
That's one car.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Or so the MG. This is it's in the boot. He meant the trunk, right? The tire. You can see the tire's got a cover on it. It's just a covered spare tire there in the boot, like you said. That's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
So he said these are all 4 cylinders. So even this one, see, the older you go back, you see the brakes are all drums up front because that's just what the high tech was back in the day. There are still some cars that have drum brakes, but almost none of them. My Tacoma, which is a 2016, has drums in the back, but they even phased that out in the new Toyota Tacomas. So
This
I'd say
car-
that, discs are just
this car
better
even-
all around.
It even has foreign tires. Weirdstein. It sounds like a German brand.
Oh, yeah. But these are all British, though, right?
Yeah, I can get tires from Germany.
Okay, so the MG, another 4-cylinder. And there's a stick shift. Yeah, you see the very nice small driving compartment there.
It's cute.
This is the hardtop. No convertible on that one.
Looks like a little pickup truck.
Now, this is what I remember seeing a lot of in the 80s, was this model. I don't know which model this is, but I think there was a lot of these affordable convertible sports cars, front engine, rear drive. They were affordable. That's why they were popular. And then they just stopped making them. Now anybody who does like a sporty car or a convertible, it's so much money. But these were such a good deal back in the day. There was Fiat made one also. And then that's what spawned the Miata. The Mazda Miata was kind of designed right after these.
Yeah.
The same thing, and it was still affordable in the early days. I wouldn't call any car affordable anymore. No new cars. They're too expensive. And here's another example of this. This was MG Midget. Yeah, I mean, these were affordable. They were all over the place. Was it 4-speed manual transmission? But they're just a lot of fun. Lightweight. 4-cylinder rear drive. Be careful in the snow and rain though. That's what you gotta be careful with. But any car that's rear drive like that, they're all the same. There's no weight in the back. And these are the only tires being driven, it's the rear. All right, we got one more row to go. And then we'll pick a favorite. All right, last row. We'll see what surprises are in here because this is any car show. This is like you never know what you're going to get over here. Something that's British. So what is this? I have to learn. I'm not even
Mike,
sure.
you can get a restored midget for 10 to 20,000.
Really?
Yeah.
This is a Riley. I don't think I've ever even knew that this was a car manufacturer.
Me neither. It looks like a 40s model.
Riley. Was Marilyn Monroe in my car? Maybe. So convertible, stick shift, long hood, super long hood on that. The gauge cluster. Rear drive, of course. Big trunk. All right, let's see what's next. Rolls Royce. Yeah. All right, next we got a Rolls Royce, Denise, if you're ready for the Rolls Royce. Convertible. This is a newer one too. Definitely newer. I believe that they make electric now too. I don't think this is electric. I think this is one that's gasoline powered, but they do make electric. Here's the interior. It's white, but nowadays white stuff like this, I don't know if this is real leather or not, but Tesla, the white interiors are just fabulous on the Teslas. So bright white. But this is like nothing else. All the switches, the controls, the quality. Look at that clock in there. Yeah, it's like, wow. And you've got these built-in kind of aero headrests that the seats kind of nest into. Big trunk in the back, it looks like. All right, here's another Rolls Royce. With the white, it's more of a tan, I guess, version of what we just saw. Still, look at the gauges. Look at everything in there. Everything looks expensive. Look at the chrome handles on this. And of course, they're known for their grills. This is the grill. The Rolls Royce grill is like a thing.
Yeah.
I remember it's a real, metal grill. And a lot goes into just making those grills. That's what they're known for on those cars. And they're all front engine rear drives. They make a Cullinan. This is the Cullinan. Yeah, this is the Cullinan SUV that they make now. Now this one I think is something like $200,000 to $300,000. That's what this was. This is the most expensive one. And everybody has to have an SUV now, so that's why they make it. Let's take a look inside. I don't know what year this is, but again, similar interiors, different colors. These are all digital gauges on this one. This could be electrics, because Rolls-Royce does make some electrics, I believe. I don't know how popular they are. I don't know if they ever got discontinued, because a lot of people will have discontinued their electrics. Look at the size of these door handles.
Yeah.
And the chrome on here. Even the back seat. I'm guessing these are tables, screens. I don't know what these things are. giant sunroof up on the top. But you know, it's just an SUV at the end of the day, and it's one that costs like $200,000 to $300,000. Just keep that in mind. And there's a Bentley. We see a lot of these in Naples when we're down there. These are all over the road. So to me, it's not that unusual to see one of these when we go down there. Digital gauges. All right, so this is the last of the new ones. Now we got some really old 2-seat rear drives. Let's go take a look at what they have in store for us over there. All right, look at the headlights on this one. Wow. Look at the interior. The car, I can't, the size is so compact. And a Sprite. It's called a Sprite. Here's the gas, fuel tank. Of course, I'm sure this is probably a 4-cylinder. Do you see those headlights in the front of that? I gotta get them from the front. What they look like. They have little wire mesh. They have wire mesh covers on the headlights. So this is also. So these are AH. This is also Austin Healey Sprite, I guess. Yeah, Austin Healey Sprite. Same with the headlights.
They look like Porsche headlights.
What's that?
They look like Porsche headlights.
Oh yeah. But remember, Porsche is German. These are all British, English cars. Even though some companies kind of consolidated over the years, they're trying to keep it as authentic as they can here. All right, so another Sprite. This Sprite's got the hardtop on it. Look at the little tiny exhaust pipe. It looks like a little lawnmower exhaust almost. You see that? It's just that's well, or a 1980s Japanese car. They were all that small too. I used to own some. Or like a Chevy Chevette type of thing. This smaller than you're used to. Look at the colors on this one. Look at the color. And what about these mirrors? They're way up here on the fenders. I wonder if they were from the factory like that.
No, I've seen different aftermarket mirrors.
But I'm wondering if these are factory or not, you know? I don't know. Now these lights, these driving lights are not factory, I don't think. But
No.
I remember it used to be that Japanese cars, because the safety regulations were kind of lax, you didn't even have to have a passenger side view mirror. That was optional on the higher trim lines. I remember that was when air conditioning was optional too. I don't think you could buy a new car without air conditioning, or a side mirror, or a radio, or any of those things. There's no radios in these cars.
No.
No radios. It's just pure driving sport. That's it. Just bare bones driving with the wind in your face. It's kind of like a golf cart. The golf carts around here, that's basically the same idea as the golf carts.
Yeah.
Just bare bones, although now you see golf carts with air conditioning and heat and everything else, radios.
Yeah.
Who knows what, they'll be all SUV golf carts too, before you know it. But this is like basic sport driving for the fun of it.
All right.
And of course, the weather has to be good to drive one of these, right? You would never have one. Look at this. Does it even have a hardtop? It doesn't look like it. I mean, you would never want one of these in bad weather. You'd never want to drive it. You wouldn't want to own it in an area that had too much bad weather. But England doesn't have that great weather. But they still produce these cars. This one says 1600, so that's a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder, I'm guessing. This is like the size of Japanese 4-cylinders in the 80s. This has wire wheels on it. This is an MG. It's got the partial cover on there. This is not fully restored, but that's it. I guess that's it for the British English cars. Nobody mentioned anything about English electronics except for me. And thanks so much for watching. We look forward to reading your comments, and we'll see you in the next car show video. Bye-bye.
Bye.